Well, friends, I too begin by acknowledging that where we're meeting is the Baramatigal land of the Darug people, who we know lived on the riverbanks of the Parramatta River for at least 40,000 years. We also know that in March 1797, only about 5 or 6 kilometres from here, was fought the Battle of Parramatta between Pemulwuy and a garrison of British Marines. And I remind us of that not out of guilt, that this was the start of the frontier wars. It would only be a matter of guilt if we didn't recognise our history. So it's great to see you here, Minister Anne Ali, Minister, of course, for Early Childhood. She doesn't realise that means she has the responsibility of being Minister for my grandchildren, a heavy responsibility. And I appear before you this evening, as you've heard, wearing 3 hats. I'm chair of the Crescent Institute, where, working with Talal Yassin, we do promote networking events for young Muslim professionals and managers and executives, bring them together with high-profile speakers from politics and from business, sports, culture, and communities. I'm also coming towards the end of 12 years as the Chancellor of Western Sydney University, a university that provides world-quality higher education to young people in our region. Young people who a generation ago would not have had the chance to enrol and study for a degree. A university, I think, of the people and for the people, guided by a strong social mission. And I'm sorry I can't go by this evening without pointing out that I am the Chancellor of the only Australian university that has ever been ranked number 1 in the world. Number 1 in the world of over 1,500 universities 4 months ago, because of the role we play through our teaching and research and community engagement in supporting the UN sustainability goals. I reckon that's a great award to have. And as I, of course, walk through our students and occasionally put on all my bling and hand out the testamers, I do so knowing that a third of those students, a third of our domestic students go home at the end of a day working at school, at university, and speak a language other than English at home. I'm honoured to be the Chancellor of a university which has more speakers of Arabic and Hindi and Bengali and Tamil and Gujarati and Urdu and Punjabi and Korean and Vietnamese and Tagalog, more speakers of those languages than any other university in Australia, and of course, quite a significant number of Mandarin and Cantonese speakers as well. And of course, real pride in knowing that we are a university with more Muslim students than any other university in Australia, and a university proudly serving the First Nations people of Western Sydney and large numbers of Pacificas. And dearest to my heart, as a number of you know, a university now where there are around 800 students who came to this country as refugees. That, I think, is the sort of education that you should provide. And finally, and I sort of mutter this part because it's the part that gets me in, I am the chair of NESA, which, of course, in New South Wales has responsibility for the oversight of the HSC. Now, wearing those 3 hats, I've just time for 3 messages delivered, I have to say, with unbecoming brevity. First message, that education lies at the absolute heart of maintaining Australians' proud boast, now under challenge, to be a country that gives a fair go to everyone. Educational opportunity is the foundation stone of the monument to equity. It is the key to ensuring that people of all backgrounds, no matter what their family status, no matter what their race or ethnicity or faith or culture, can access pathways to economic and social mobility. It's the means by which we can stop viewing young Muslim students only through the lens of social deprivation, and much more importantly, take a position where we can see their strengths. And by goodness, couldn't you see that tonight? What we have witnessed tonight is the productive diversity that is the future of our nation. Second point I want to make is that we should, on occasions like this wonderful event tonight, celebrate educational achievement. We should bear testimony to the schools, the teachers, that provide that most significant attributes, learning. And we should salute you, the students, who, let us remember, with the support of your families, have seized those opportunities provided. You have overcome barriers. You have, as the Minister said, overcome unexpected challenges. And through hard work and commitment, most of all, I think, resilience, you have written one of the first chapters of life's journey. And third and finally, certification is important. Your ATAR score, your school certificate, your record of school achievement, they do all provide tangible evidence of educational progress. Your transcripts do tell a story of success. But, and this is a but that in my mind I'm writing in capital letters and illuminating with a floodlight. But the education that we've heard about this evening, the education that you have received, its purposes, its measures of success, go far, far deeper than any of those documents. You have learned through school classrooms and workshops and stages and sports facilities, but you've also acquired your learning through, I don't know, volunteering with the Red Cross or doing shifts at McDonald's. You are acquiring capabilities that go beyond learning calculus or reading literature or understanding the laws of thermodynamics or interpreting the founding of the Australian nature. There is, and we've seen it tonight, there is beneath the curriculum something much more important, which is, if you like, the hidden curriculum. A curriculum within schools and without schools that teaches young people how to solve complex problems, how to communicate clearly, how to get on and collaborate with others as part of a team, how to act with integrity, how to be creative, how to conduct yourself respectfully in agreeing and disagreeing with others. And it's those skills, those capabilities that we generally don't credential, and yet are at the heart of education. And that is why I thought it was so wonderful to come here this evening and see amongst all these awards, one of the key awards was recognising an award for community impact. That's part of the hidden curriculum. And these are the attributes and qualities which will allow our young people not only to have the flexibility and the adaptability and the drive to succeed in a labour market that is pretty uncertain looking into the future, but also those qualities and attributes which will enable young people to embrace active citizenship, and by doing so, strengthen our democratic governance at a time in which it is under attack, both from within and without. It will enable young people to work with others in their communities, to advocate for political change, to create a more civil society, to build social capital. So all of you this evening who have got these wonderful awards, students, teachers, schools, you should be proud of what you have already achieved, but you should be eager for what you will achieve in the future. And you should, eyes wide open, look to the future and realise that all the awards and all the certificates you get will be just one measure of your educational success. Thanks for the opportunity.